make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber die trying. Young black man keep moving. This one's for you. You know, this one you too. You don't have to know it all. You know, that's what the internet is for now. You know, that's what the internet is for. So all you have to know is to be aware that you don't know it all. Okay? If you got to go to a business, to an establishment, you got to handle something, or something just happens at the last second, what I need you to do is get some information so you don't wind up stuck. Small thing, right? I remember I got into fragrances a long time ago, and I was at the mall, and I went to a cologne shop, you know, a fragrance shop or whatever. And this guy was like, "Yo, this, you know, if you want to, you should try this. It's really good. It smells really good." And truth be told, it did. And I paid for it, and I was like, "Okay, I ain't heard it. I ain't had this scent." And while I walked out, I Googled it, and I paid too much for it. And I came back and said, "Hey, bro, this bottle, like, I paid like $100 for this joint, but it was like he was upcharging the heck out of it. It was $17 online or $21 online." And I was like, "Oh, okay, you just got this, so you trying to make your money on the upcharge." I wasn't mad at the guy. I didn't go out there cussing the guy out. I said, "Hey," I just took my phone. I put it down. I said, "Listen, this does smell good, but if I can get it for this price online, I'm not paying this." And he's like, "I want to give it back." And he said, "There's no, you can't, there's no refunds, you know, just exchanges." And I said, "No problem. No problem. Tell you what, I'll take that and that for that." And I got two great colognes that were reasonably priced, and I looked those up to make sure I didn't get upcharged on those too, right? But, you know, it was cool. Because what I did, I got some good ones on sale now. Because I'm like, okay, I bought this one outright. I got played. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a good one, good brand on sale, and we're good. So I got two for the price of the fake one that I just bought. I was there to buy a cologne anyways. You don't have to know it all. I talked about this a little bit. When you go to an apartment complex, you don't have to know it all. I remember I got evicted the week I graduated college. I paid my rent. It was one of those rent places where you pay your rent and you pay the water too, but they send you the water bill. So that particular month, I didn't get the water bill. So I put the same amount down as the month before, and I was like $2 off. So since I was $2 off, they gave me the check back. But I was like out of town or something like that. I came back and I saw it was on, thing was on my door, "Yo, you short," or whatever. And when I came back, it was already late. Like I left, like, gave them the check for the first. Late day was like the 5th, but I came back like the 6th or something like that. So I go to the office and I wasn't even in town, but here's the $2 or whatever. But it was like, "No, you got to get a money order or whatever." I said, "Okay, fine, no problem." I went to get a $2 money order, came back, and it's like, "We're not accepting it. We're evicting you." I'm like, "What?" I said, "Whatever." So we go to court. I give them the check for the next month too. They give it back. So I used the internet at the time because this was before a smartphone, right before smartphones. And I look up the laws. And it says, look, if you give somebody rent and they give it back to you, you pay for that month. They refuse it, that's their problem. So we go to court. Now, we evicted him because he didn't pay his rent. And I took the same envelopes that they gave me, or giving me my check back. I gave him those 2 months. "Your Honor, here's the month I paid." And he's looking at the check. "Well, the rent is this, but he was short on the water." He's like, "But he paid the rent though." He's like, "So you mean to tell me you came here for $2? No," he said, "Well, you know," and he gave me the choice. He said, "Now you can either stay there or you can leave, but you don't owe them nothing." And they were one of those people that came, you know, when I wasn't there, they come in the room taking my property. Because there was one of them, "Well, since you didn't pay the rent, we're going to take this and take that and take this and take that." True story. Don't laugh, but you're going to laugh. At that time, they had the TVs with the VCRs in it. I had one of them. They took the TV. kind of had an adult movie in there, so if they cut it on, that was on them. But that's a whole nother story. It's just part of the story. It's hilarious to me though. But they came in taking stuff, and I was like, okay, well, you know, they're gonna be in the shock of their life when they cut that dun, dun, dun. Anyway, but I didn't know everything, so I looked it up. You know, when I came to buying, you know, credit and buying a car, okay, here's somebody stole my identity, so that my credit score was ridiculous. Not my credit score, but yeah, so I had the highest rate because my identity got stolen. You know, so I had to look that up. I had to learn about refinancing. I had to look that up. I had to learn with houses. If you buy a home, you know, if it's a 30-year mortgage, if you pay $200 extra a month, it'll be paid off in 15. So if you got if it's $1,500 a month total, you know, taxes included. If you pay $1,700 a month instead of 30 years, it'll be 15. It'll be paid off. You know, you learn that lesson. But if you don't, you're gonna wind up paying 3 times the amount of the house. Okay? You don't have to know everything. My hands dirty. I said this before. I was fixing the cars, changing brakes. You don't have, when it comes to fixing cars and stuff, and fixing houses. Hey, I have no problem looking on YouTube. How do you fix this? How do you do that? How do you do that? Hands on. You ain't got to know everything. Use your phone. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to, you know, unfortunately, my lady's son passed away this weekend. But I remember he wanted to do music. And I was talking to him about it. I said, listen, you got to be prepared for people who do this. You got to know how royalties work. You know, read a book on it or look it up or somebody will tell you. I ain't mind telling them that night, but, you know, you don't have to know it all. So when people go, you're a man and you're the leader, and you're supposed to know this and you're supposed to know, you don't have to know it all right then. It's okay. You can figure it out. You don't have to know it all, but you can figure it out. So don't be flustered if you don't know it all. It's okay. Get some information on it. Cut the music off in the car and cut some information on and listen to it while you're driving. So when you get there, you'll know what you need to know. You feel me? So use this technology to your advantage. You don't have to know it all, but you can find it. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.